How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. This is the Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, trans rights, and all that shit put together in one basket supporting channel. If that makes you uncomfortable, get the fuck out of here. This is Broad City as Season 1, Episode 3, Working Girls. So I assume it'll be cutting back and forth between Alana and Abby actually working their jobs and not doing their sort of Abby Bueller's day off, as it were. So yeah, I think it's going to be mainly just focusing on their work environment and the people in their work and getting to see some funny shit there. Let's get into it. If you want to see the full length, check it out on the Patreon for $4 a month. Alana does need to be treated like a dog. She acts like a dog. She has just complete freedom, doesn't care about anybody else, just does whatever she wants to do. But, man, I can't believe I compared her with Bevers, and then we got that whole scene there at the end, especially the kissing thing. Good God. So, a lot more Jeremy this episode. I didn't really see him at all last episode, I don't think. But yeah, I said, like, yeah, he's like the perfect, he acts so well as the just normal, everyday dude, like the, just, I don't like the generic idea of, like, he's the white male protagonist of, like, every rom-com, right? That is a little bit less awkward, but, yeah, like, he nails that character perfectly, even though he has to be insane to be able to have dinner with Bevers like that. Like, no normal human being would ever be able to have a conversation with Bevers without wanting to kill themselves. So, it's clearly he's got something else going on. I've never seen Shutter Island, but I feel like a lot of this episode was referencing Shutter Island specifically. Maybe not. Maybe it was just general, you know, like, horror, thriller, parody stuff, but it felt like it was supposed to be parodying Shutter Island specifically. But yeah, I don't know. So somebody let me know about that. I do appreciate how this show could be so grounded and realistic in some ways, and then they could do the whole shipping plot line, which is so out of here. I mean, it's not like anything that's too weird. I mean, the warehouses, that's too weird. That's crazy. I do think Alana is my favorite character thus far, even if she is an awful person. I just absolutely love her. And man, again, that outfit, this outfit with the hairstyle and the dogs speaks to me on a soul level. That is, I don't know what about that aesthetic is so appealing to me, but it looks so good. Whereas, like, yeah, Abby has pretty just, Abby has, like, that girl in school who got straight A's all the time, attire, like, fashion sense. Overall, though, I felt it was kind of like a slower episode, especially with the Working Girls title sort of thing. I thought we were going to focus more on that, but Abby's wasn't really, you know, Working Girls focused at all. So it was more of like the Alana thing there. But yeah, the temp thing with Alana, I don't know. I don't think they did a lot of interesting stuff with it. It was funny, but I think they could have done more by instead just doing other work, her normal work related stuff, or something else entirely. I don't know. I don't really think it went anywhere to really make it to justify its existence. Like the Lincoln stuff at the park was good, but I think like that's where it should have ended. I think she should have returned the dogs after that, and then done maybe another temp thing after that. But the dog stuff was kind of going on for so long. But yeah, then the vet joke at the end had a payoff, but we could have had the vet joke be, why did she go back to the vet? That's a good point. Why did she go back to the vet? I should have been placed earlier in the episode. I get why they wanted to end the episode there, but, like, on that joke, but, yeah, overall, probably my least favorite episode out of the 3 I've seen so far, but, you know, that's not saying very much, because there's only 3 so far. Yeah, I feel like there's more I should be saying about this, but I'm not sure if there's more I can say. I like the opening a lot with the mirroring of their 2 morning routines. Like, I am a huge, you know, fan of that in any series. just showing off how different the characters are. Again, I've talked about a lot of like sleeping in the bathroom at work. I've definitely done that before too. I'm just being like, all right, I'm just gonna use the bathroom, and then or not really say that, but just like walk off and then just be gone for like 30 minutes and come back, and then be like, oh no, I was just in the bathroom for like 10 minutes, and I don't know why you didn't see me for that long. Nobody ever really brought it up, so that really is. The if there is one takeaway that I can give for most people here, it is do more shit like that. If you can get away with this kind of shit in a job so easily, and there's no reason not to. Society makes it out like you're being lazy or something if you're gonna go and sleep in the bathroom stall for a couple hours while you're getting paid on the job. But dude, we live in a fucking capitalist, shitty ass society. It's the whole, boss makes $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit on company time. You're getting underpaid. You are not being treated like a person. Do whatever the fuck you want. Steal the office supplies. Sleep in the bathroom. Do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. You do you. You get your happiness. Absolutely. As well, at my work, I took 40 to 50 minute lunches every single day for years. We had 30-minute lunches, and I took 40 to 50 minute lunches every single day for years. I don't care, because all the employees that I respected pretty much did the same thing. All the employees that wanted to be the best employee possible and wanted to, try and seem like they were wanted to get on the bigger boss's good terms and all that sort of stuff. Those people were the ones who didn't, and I didn't give a fuck about them. I didn't care about giving them more workload than because we were taking a longer lunch, whatever. And also, I wasn't getting paid for it, so I didn't give a shit, Don't get paid for lunches, and that's probably also a reason why they didn't bring it up as well. They're not paying me for the lunch, so if I'm taking a longer lunch, that's just time that they're not paying me, so who cares? And I would also equally just do the thing of like, I lived so close, so I could just go home, eat my lunch at my house, watch some stuff, smoke it up, come back, do the rest of my shift. And it made it so much more enjoyable. Once I started doing that, I wasn't the first one who, it was one of my other coworkers who started doing it, and then I was like, why don't I just start doing it too? And I did. Nobody ever said anything. Would recommend it to everybody. Take a long, just take a longer lunch. Almost, if somebody brings it up once, stop. It's really easy. You can get away with so much, especially with more retail jobs or customer service jobs, whatever. You can get away with so much because they know that they're not gonna fire you for something. Even they have to get you on the same offense 3 times, usually for most jobs. So if they call you out on it once, then just stop. But honestly, you can keep going twice. Equally as well, that's a good example. At my work, I had a closing shift a lot of times, and the store would close a little bit later than my department would close. So most of the time, and most of the managers of the store even, would let the deli close early. And so we would, let's say for example, we were supposed to close around 10 o'clock, and then they would let us close around if we didn't have a customer in the past 2 hours, then they would just let us go home. And so, even when we had higher management that didn't let us do that, there was plenty of times where I just said, all right, shutting off all the lights, sitting in, I haven't had a customer for 2 hours, shutting off all the lights, sitting in the back until the end of my shift, and then going home. Or just, okay, well, the, big store manager isn't here, so I'll just clock out early and go home, and they're probably not going to check the timetable, so who fucking cares? Done so much of that shit. I was called out on it twice of hey, you're leaving before your shift is up. Called out on it twice, not 3 times. And I definitely was still doing it after the second time, by the way. I didn't give a fucking shit because I knew they weren't going to fire me. I was the assistant manager, so I knew they weren't going to fucking fire me. They begged me to take the job. They literally said, what do we have to do to get you to take this job? So even if I wasn't assistant manager, Joe, if you were just doing the bare minimum of your job, then that's more than half the fucking employees anyway, so, you can do whatever the fuck you want and get away with it. Just do your bare minimum. Just do your job, and then don't worry about doing all the extra shit they expect you to do. So, with that rant aside, what else do we want to talk about here? Nothing really. I mean, that was the crux of this episode, but, yeah. Got nothing else. That's it. See you guys in the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.